Hello, and welcome to the Parkinson's Foundation's Mindfulness Mondays community. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, thank you for being here, and welcome back to those of you who are returning. My name is Crista Ellis, and I'm the Community Program Manager for the Florida and Gulf Coast chapters. I'd like to take a moment and thank all of you who are joining across the United States, the United Kingdom, Canada, Italy, India, Malaysia, and Australia. Thank you all so much for tuning in today. The Parkinson's Foundation will be hosting virtual events each Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. To learn more and to register, please visit parkinson.org/pdhealth. The Parkinson's Foundation provides families with free resources, including our website, parkinson.org, educational books, webinars, podcasts, a hospitalization kit, and our toll-free helpline, 1-800-4PD-INFO, which is staffed by bilingual Parkinson's specialists. To learn more about our resources and our upcoming virtual events, visit parkinson.org or call our helpline at 1-800-4PD-INFO. Join us this Wednesday as we kick off our quarterly Care Partner Town Halls. Our highly trained helpline experts respond to nearly 20,000 calls annually from the Parkinson's community. And this new town hall format will bring some of the most frequent topics to you. This town hall will focus on strategies to support care partners, friends, and families effectively with their loved ones with Parkinson's. Register to attend by visiting parkinson.org/pdhealth. If you aren't already and are able to, I'd like to invite you to join us on camera and say hello to your Parkinson's community. We are all here together, and we decide to choose this time to spend here in mindfulness, practicing meditation in your community living with Parkinson's disease. Welcome to this mindfulness community. It's all possible because you guys come every day and show up for yourself, so I appreciate you all. Hi, Dawn, Budianto, Catherine, MG, Diane, Linda, and all of those who are joining in by phone. I see you, and it's so good to have you here. Today, we will be exploring and extending mindful kindness to strangers. I'm happy to welcome back our mindfulness expert, Devon Hase. So great to have you here, Devon.
Thank you so much, Crista. Yeah, really just a delight to see all of you. I'm recognizing familiar faces by now. Really good to see you. Thank you for coming back again and again. And also a lot of new faces, new names. So welcome. I'll just give a little bit of a background of what we've been doing, and then we'll dive into practice here. So I love that Crista opened with the sense of community. You know, often what we do in our mindfulness practice, it might feel like we're alone, because we're sitting at home and we're going inside, feeling our own bodies, our own hearts. But actually these practices are meant to do in community. And so just really inviting you to sense into the connection that we share. You know, even though we're joining in from all over the world, the power of this technology is really to sense into the community and to know that you're not alone, that we're all doing this together. And this is really the purpose of the kindness practices that we've been exploring thus far. So for the first couple weeks of mindfulness, it feels like a long time ago now, we were focusing on going inside and feeling your own body, noticing your breath, your body sensations, also noticing your thoughts and your emotions. And then 2 weeks ago, we switched into a kindness practice, which in some ways, when we teach mindfulness, we like to talk about two wings of the bird. There's the mindfulness wing that's like presence, present moment awareness. And there's also kindness. So mindfulness and kindness are two wings of the bird, and they need each other to fly. So present moment awareness is wonderful, but without that kind of warmth, that unconditional friendliness towards ourselves, towards others, it becomes kind of dry and cold. And so kindness, what we've been cultivating for the past couple of weeks, really helps open the heart. It helps us develop this friendliness that can be with ourselves just as we are, even when we're in physical pain, when we're in difficult emotions, when our bodies are talking to us in challenging ways. Kindness helps us really arrive in a very friendly way. Like, I feel this, I can be with this, kind of making friends with yourself in this really kind of sweet way. And then that gets extended out to others. So we start with kindness for ourselves, wishing ourselves well. May I be happy, may I be safe, may I be protected. And then just that same friendliness gets extended to our loved ones. And last week, I think with Craig, you did kindness for a friend. So you can sense into that kind of natural warmth, the love that we feel for our friends and family, and how often it feels pretty natural to send them good wishes. Like, my friend, may you be happy, may you be well. This week, we're entering into new territory. And this is a very traditional progression. So we start with ourselves, we go to a friend, our loved ones, then we extend even beyond those inner circles to a stranger, to someone we might not know personally at all. But we're kind of surrounded by these neutral people, we might call them. They might be neighbors, they might be people who come help us at home, they might be people who bring us our mail or who do the garden, right? People we might not know personally who are maybe neutral to us. But when we do this practice, we realize these people also have loved ones. They also, just like us, want to be happy and well. So as we're kind of expanding our circle of kindness, of friendliness, to recognize we're all in this together. And how is it to wish kindness, to send kind wishes to people we might not even know personally? So that's the practice we'll do today. And I'll just name that we're in this progression. So as we widen our circles, next week we'll do kindness for a difficult person, which is a whole other edge of practice. But the whole purpose is to grow our own hearts, to grow our own capacity for loving kindness. And then the last category is kindness for all beings everywhere. And I was doing this a little bit today in preparation to practice with you. I was thinking about, we were just sharing, Addie and I, before we started, that I'm in Southern Oregon right now. Addie lives in California, and there's quite a lot of fires happening in the area. So I'm looking out the window and it's gray. The air is gray, very smoky air. And just thinking about all the beings, all the people, all the animals who are affected by these fires right now. And then knowing that there are hurricanes that are headed toward Louisiana in the south of the United States. And I know many of you are not in the United States, you're other places where who knows what's happening in your part of the world, right? Whether it's challenges with COVID or the political scene, right? Really recognizing that wherever we are in the world, there are certain challenges that are influencing all of us. And this practice opens us up to that reality. And then I find it's actually very helpful to recognize that common humanity. Like, we're all struggling with something. And just like in Parkinson's, your community here, we can recognize, oh, we're not alone with this, right? We're kind of in this together. So that's the purpose of this practice. So before we start, I just wanted to offer the option in the chat, if you have any questions coming up so far, or any experiences with the kindness practice. I know many of you have been doing this for a couple weeks. You're really welcome to add in anything to the chat. And we'll get started with our meditation here very soon, but just wondering if there are any questions or curiosities or check-in that you'd like to offer to the community before we meditate. And we'll have a chance to do this also at the end of our meditation practice. So if you're just eager to get meditating, that's just fine. We'll have a discussion period at the end as well. Just give another minute or two to see if anyone has any questions thus far. Okay. Well, let's do our practice. And then just know that at the end, we'll also have a chance to submit some comments and questions in the chat. So as always in meditation, I'll encourage you to find a comfortable posture. So this could be really anything. You could be lying down on your bed or your couch. You could be sitting up in a chair. Just find a way that you feel supported in your body. And perhaps a posture where you can feel your breath and find some sense of stillness. Now, of course, we're not trying to be perfectly still. So if you're feeling a tremor or you're feeling other experiences with your breath or your body, that's totally okay. But as we begin our practice here, we're really cultivating an unconditional regard, a friendliness for whatever is happening right now. So you might close your eyes, go inside. Just notice the whole situation, just in this moment. How are you right now? And notice how even in this very simple turn inwards, there's already a kind of friendliness here. A welcoming yourself. We'll just use a couple of phrases. You can say these silently in your mind, just sending yourself friendliness first. May I be happy. May I be safe and protected. May I be healthy. And may I live with ease. Just letting the phrases land in your body. And knowing you don't have to feel anything in particular. It's your good intentions that count. You're feeling the kindness here for yourself. And then from this place of unconditional kindness for yourself, I'll just invite you to think of a good friend. This could be your life partner or your pet or a childhood friend, just someone who it's easy to love. Let that image of your person or your pet arise in your mind. And just see them before you. Imagine their goodness, all the qualities that you love in this person. My friend, may you be happy. May you be safe and protected. May you be healthy and strong. And may you live with ease. So just feeling that unconditional friendliness for your friend or your pet or your partner. And then with the same warmth, I'll invite you to think of a stranger. This is usually kind of a neutral person in your life, maybe someone you see frequently, someone you live near, or maybe your mail person or the grocer, maybe someone who drives your bus. Just imagine someone who you don't know very well, but you see frequently, and you might just spend a little bit of time imagining their life, the way that they get up every morning. Maybe they live alone, maybe they live with family. And noticing how they too, just like us, want to be happy. Your neutral person might even be someone on this call. Could be someone you see in these Zoom rooms you don't know very well, but you know, just like you, they want to be happy and healthy and safe. And now sending them the kindness phrases. May you also be happy. May you be safe and protected. May you be healthy and strong. And may you live with ease. Just noticing how it feels, even though you don't know the particulars of this person's life. How is it to wish kindness for a stranger? May you be happy. May you be safe and protected. May you be healthy. And may you live with ease. Okay, and then just in the last moments, opening up your heart and your mind to anyone else who's asking for your attention. So this might be the animals in the forest fires right now. Or it could be other neighbors or friends of yours who might need some care, some loving kindness right now. And just feeling the unconditional sense of warmth as we send out kindness to the world. Many strangers all around us, just equally deserving of our good wishes. We might even feel this kindness for our community here. May we all be happy. May we be safe and protected. May we be healthy. May we live with ease. Very good. Okay, so we'll begin to make our transition. If you'd like to take a deeper breath, just knowing we're ending the practice. As you're ready, you might open your eyes. And if your body's asking to move or stretch, you can do that. Just orient yourself back to the group here, maybe your screen in front of you. So thank you. Thank you for doing this practice with me. Sometimes it's sort of ironic, like we enter in with all these good, kind intentions to do kindness meditation, and then it can be quite challenging. You know, it takes a measure of concentration. These heart practices often put us in touch with emotions that we might not have felt. So sometimes we are surprised to feel sadness when we're doing kindness meditation, or deep loneliness. That can also happen. And one metaphor I like to use is that we're doing this heart practice, and it's like running a magnet over your heart. And so all the different shards of metal and all the stuff, you know, that's in there that needs to come out, sometimes that comes out as we run this magnet across your heart. So it's just to be expected that when you do these kindness meditations, all kinds of emotions will come. Sometimes you might feel deep connection and kindness. Other times you might feel numb. Other times you might feel angry or sad. So that's all really part of it. It's normal. But I will say that we can trust as we continue to cultivate these heart qualities, they do help. They do help us feel more kind towards ourselves, towards our own challenges, our own experiences, and also to feel part of humanity. You know, this really deep connection that we share. So that's kindness for a stranger. And we just have a little bit of time if you'd like to put in the chat, how was that for you? What did you notice? What was hard? What was lovely? Really anything that you'd like to share. And it could be questions too, if you have questions about this practice. Really invite you to chat anything you'd like. Often, traditionally, we do this practice with these phrases. May I be happy, may I be healthy, may I be strong. So the ones I was offering are really, they're traditional phrases. But if you're interested in cultivating this in your daily life, you can come up with your own phrases as well. So phrases that feel relevant for you in this moment, like, may I be free from pain. That could be one. Or may I learn to live with ease, even with this difficulty that I'm living with. So they can be creative. They can really be speaking to your own experience in the moment. And then same thing with your loved ones. You can send them phrases that resonate exactly with them. Yeah. Great. Okay, so I'm seeing a couple of questions. I noticed I couldn't extend the kindness to anyone neutral person. I wanted to extend it to my neighbor, to a colleague, to you, all over the place, eager to extend kindness to many. Yeah, Crista, that's definitely my experience too. And I think that's okay. That these practices are actually meant to be creative. And you notice the mind has a kind of playful quality often when we bring to mind all these people. So I often do this with groups of folks, sort of like the whole neighborhood, or this morning I was doing it with all of you as I looked at your faces here. So it can be all over the place. That's totally fine. Not a problem. HP Desai is asking, is it a self-healing process? Thank you for the question. I would say in my experience, for sure, absolutely self-healing. It heals parts of our hearts that might feel hurt. It heals parts of our experience that might not feel acceptable. That while we're cultivating this unconditional warmth towards our experience, we certainly find a lot of healing energy there. Certainly not a panacea, right? Mindfulness is best when practiced with all kinds of other therapies and medicines and healing techniques. So it's not an end all, but I would say for me, it's certainly been transformational, definitely. So Betsy is saying, sometimes it's very hard for me to be still. My legs want to move. What can I do to be still? This is a great question, Betsy, and I don't think you're alone. I think it's probably true for many of us. Sometimes I notice my body just wants to kind of sway as I'm meditating. And if you have restless legs, that's also really normal. So I would say, first of all, don't have to be still, and notice this kind of mind that really thinks, oh, I need to be still in order to meditate. It's helpful to be sitting or to find a posture that's comfortable, but it's really okay if there's movement in the body throughout. So the other piece I would suggest is when the body's moving, notice how your mind is relating to the movement. Because often it's most uncomfortable because we're averse to it, or we're trying to push it away or change our experience. So we're cultivating a mind that can open to whatever's happening. So if we're just with the movement, just as we would be with the breath or with an emotion or a thought, sometimes that can just be the object of our meditation, and it's not a problem at all. Just feeling the movement in the body, noticing. And walking meditation is a really traditional kind of meditation. So there's some misconceptions, I would say, in the mainstream culture about, meditation is supposed to be when you're sitting perfectly cross-legged on the floor, in a very meditative posture. But mindfulness can be done at any time, anywhere, no matter what your body's doing, if it's moving or still or falling asleep, it's all mindfulness, it's all included. So the first thing I think is cultivating a really warm, accepting attitude for whatever's happening. And then over time, you might be surprised that with an acceptance of what is, the body might steady and calm a little bit more. So it might be easier to access stillness when there's an acceptance of yourself just as you are. Yeah. So another question from HP Desai. It does help me self-control over thoughts, anger, and emotions. Help me calm my mind and think positive. Yeah, that's so wonderful to hear. I'm so glad. These are all the benefits of mindfulness. But I will say that it's not like you plug into peace. Every time you meditate, you just plug into kind of like the very peaceful, perfect experience. Certainly not what it is for me. Often plugging into mindfulness means I'm being with my distracted mind and feeling a lot of restlessness or feeling sadness or lonely or not really kind at all. But it's sort of a paradox that when we can be with all of those difficult emotions, a deeper sense of calm does come, a deeper sense of acceptance. And that ability to be with things as they are is called equanimity often. in sort of mindfulness circles, we use this word equanimity, which is kind of like surfing the waves, you know, a steadiness that can be with things, the ups and the downs, and wherever we are. That equanimity is really what grows over time. Any last comments or questions? If you're interested in doing this every day, you can certainly do it just as we did. Start with yourself, moving on to a friend and a stranger. You know, feel your breath whenever you remember. And also, it doesn't have to be a formal practice. If you're with your family throughout the day, or you're Zooming with someone you know, you can send them a little bit of kindness. You know, do the kindness phrases, recognize, oh, just like me, this person wants to be happy and healthy. You might just wish them well. So I'm doing that for you right now. I hope that you have a really beautiful week. Yeah, stay strong in all of this that is happening in our world. And Craig will be with you next week, and we'll move on to kindness for a difficult person. So we're right in the flow here. And always just so good to be with you all. Thank you again for joining. I really, it's a beautiful start to my week to see all of you here. So wishing you many, many good wishes. Yeah.
Thank you, Devon. So appreciate your guidance on these Mindful Mondays, and for all of you for holding the space and being present here to tap into your own awareness, self-awareness, awareness of yourself and others. So I sincerely appreciate all of you who make it to these mindfulness practices. Next week, Craig will be back to introduce to us kindness for a difficult person. Until then, I hope you all stay safe, be healthy, and we'll see you next Monday. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you, everyone.